Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Inevitable Access with me, Bring It On.
Time's not waiting.
Check out down here.
No mistakes.
Alright, back up we go. I did find this over here. A little path I think we can squeeze through.
Focus on the goal. Can't hide from me.
I'm prepared.
This is neat. Let's send a Ruchelai through so we can disarm all of these.
Finished here. Is there more? You called? Something is not right here. I'm trusting you. I'm glad I was useful to you. I finished here.
That was
Is
cool.
there more?
Another one of these. Oh, there's a number there. Hold on a second. So we have a 9, we have a 6. We have a 12. Roman numerals, just like the combination lock here. I guarantee the other one's 3 then, if it's 6, 9, and 12. The mechanism is missing one of its components. Mechanism rattles briefly as it begins to move. Neat. Let's see where this takes us. Oh, this confirms it, doesn't it? 3, 6, 9, 12. Did we flip this before? Oh, this is the one that it flipped, made an apologetic sound. Oh, I see. Alright, so 6, 3, 12, and then 9, right?
Ready for anything. This spell doesn't work.
Oh, cool. You can change the direction that it goes in.
Time's not waiting.
Unbending Colia root. a quick look around before we speak to him. Oh, never mind. We're speaking to him now. The inevitable is busy with its tasks and not paying you any attention. See what the inevitable is doing. The inevitable's metal fingers are flitting above the buttons of the panel. Sometimes they pause as if straining to hear a distant sound before resuming their rapid movement. Who are you? Verbal exchange initiated. Greetings. It doesn't look like the inevitable is going to turn and face you. My designation is Erdareth. I'm an inevitable under the control of Valmallos, Primordial inevitable. What are you doing? My primary objective is to administer control over the Threshold World simulation in order to maintain the safe existence of the Excess persona. My secondary objective is to obstruct the way to the Keystone, resorting to violence if necessary. Completion of the primary objective is under threat. Numerous sections of the world have been attacked by anomalies. You cannot stay here. Please return to the simulation. Why do they call me the Excess? Information unavailable. Advice. Contact Valmallos, the Primordial inevitable. What is the Keystone? The Keystone is the nexus of this world's functional capabilities. It is maintaining the world's logic and serves as a lock barring the exit from this world. I, the Excess persona, must reach the Keystone. Let me through. The inevitable freezes and remains silent. He replies just as you begin to suspect he would not ever speak again. My primary objective is to maintain the safe existence of the Excess persona inside the simulation. My secondary objective is to obstruct the way to the Keystone, resorting to violence if necessary. Paradox detected. The Excess must remain safe versus obstruct the way using violence. Paradox resolution sequence initiated. The next 5 minutes pass in uncomfortable silence. I think it broke down. Well done, boy. By the way, did you know that establishing a paradox is the best way to neutralize a curator golem that is holding you by the scruff of your neck after you try to sneak into the restricted section of the Absalom Museum? Solution found. The Excess persona will receive a weapon that will provide him with an advantage against Erdareth the Inevitable. Please arm yourself and initiate combat. I do not want to fight you. My secondary objective is to obstruct the way to the Keystone. The execution of this task cannot be cancelled. It seems there is no other choice. Aggression detected. Completion of the secondary objective is under threat. Authorization to use violence received.
Yet another obstacle.
Three of ourselves?
I don't feel good about it. Let's get land back. Well, he's not immune to cold, so that works out.
Let's try this way.
The light take you!
I will resist! You're making a mystery of things.
Follow my lead.
The Keystone isn't even here.
Begone,
Okay,
fiend!
well, guess it worked out either way. He gave us some gloves as well. Probably should equip those before we fought. Gloves of Entropy. These gloves grant the wearer a +4 bonus to CMD against disarm attempts. If the wearer has the weapon training ability and is wielding a weapon, it gives a bonus to that. Or it gives a bonus to. I didn't see the comma. The bonus increases by +4. These gloves also make any weapons wielded by the wearer anarchic. Yeah, that would have helped against him, wouldn't it?
No mistakes.
Alright, we have another path to check out as well. I believe this is all just side content. don't think we had to solve this puzzle to proceed, because there's a main path forward.
I'm always open to ideas.
Pop this again just to be safe.
I know what to do. I am prepared. Ready for anything.
Prepare yourself.
We weren't supposed to miss, buddy.
This will hurt. A calculated risk.
Desna.
Hang in there, Siva.
Fall!
Alright, good job. Flawless bracers of armor plus 9. These heavy armored bracers surround the wearer with an invisible but tangible field of force. These bracers grant the wearer an armor bonus of plus 9, just as though they were wearing armor. Like most bonuses, an armor bonus is not stacked with armor bonuses from different sources, but as bonuses from wearing armor or from a mage armor spell. These bracers also grant the wearer spell resistance 32. That's the biggest spell resistance bonus we've seen from equipment. Oh, she has negative levels. Need to take care of that.
There's beauty hidden in the darkest of places. Too bad no one can see it there.
You are my favorite aide. You require my unbiased opinion?
Alright, off the last casting of that.
I was never good at stealth, but I'll try.
As it should be.
Another path forward. We have an ABC puzzle.
Always be ready for the worst.
Okay, we just need to put stuff into the slots. Oh, that works out. Let's go this way then.
Time's not waiting.
Okay, here's 3. The numbers do match up with these little portals. But even if you know the numbers, you gotta know which order they go in. So, the clock, let's speed things up a bit. You can also solve it before you find all the portals. I guess you could also solve it before you find all the... or find the clock.
No mistakes.
Alright, 2 paths to take. Let's go down here. It's a lot of dead things.
I will help where I
I
can.
will lend you my aid.
You know what? Let's play it safe. Action from Chaos instead.
Are we
And we'll
ready
drop
to move
haste
out?
as well. Do another quick save, and then we'll go down here and see what killed all of these people.
I know what to do.
Rely on me.
Modus of the Subconscious, Inevitable Manual. The modus of the subconscious is a means of interacting with the operator's memory. The mechanism selects the most significant moment from the user's subconscious, allowing them to recall the smallest details of the event. The key plates are required to launch the mechanism. They must be placed in the corresponding slots. The harmony of the alphabet and number systems should be considered during key placement. Attention! Use of the modus of the subconscious mechanism is permitted only with Valmallos' personal approval. This is referring to the ABC thing we saw.
Meditate on your mistakes. Might make you feel better.
We will win this war.
Alert. The axiom is in doubt. The error must be eliminated. Alert. The roots of the equation are now fractional. The error must be eliminated. Alert. Golem coding breached. The error must be eradicated. Shouldn't be too bad. The Axiomites are a little easier to fight than the, well, some of the other enemies.
Not far.
Up here.
This spell doesn't work like that. Focus. I am prepared. No mistakes. Ready for anything.
Reason.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
And drop one of these back here. Try to slow these guys down a little bit. Not a fan of whatever it is they're doing. Let's go and drop a weird back here as well. Perfect.
No glory without risk!
You've crossed the wrong mark. I will bring down the divine wrath.
Oh, Bucephalus went down right at the end. Pay no heed to the danger, driven only by the desire to uncover the truth. The excess explores the other side of Threshold. There he meets the Proteans. What does the excess know of Proteans? Can you tell what the Proteans are doing here? Recall that Proteans are snake-like creatures, the primordial inhabitants of the Maelstrom, the plane of absolute chaos. Their actions defy logic. No, the Proteans are creatures of absolute chaos. Their actions cannot be explained. Proteans are creatures of absolute chaos. Their actions defy the logic of the average person. It is theorized that Proteans' actions are driven exclusively by transient impulses and momentary desires. You and these Proteans have a lot in common, you know. Ludicrous accusation. There's always logic to my actions. It's simply that to understand it, you must be above average intelligence. Is there any logic to the Proteans? Is there any logic to creatures that defy logic? The voice is overtaken by a fit of laughter that cuts off as quickly as it begins. Can a creature defy logic do something that has a logical explanation? What if the Proteans are not banging their heads against the stone walls of this cursed world for no reason? This is what the Exus ponders as he examines the keystone, which the Proteans so eagerly smashed with their skulls. Perhaps if the Excess takes a run up and bashes his head on the keystone in this room, he'll discover some secret knowledge, a truth that explains everything. What? Are you seriously telling me to bang my head against a rock? The voice suddenly laughs in response. Well, sweet. We'll go with the legend mythic path. Strike the keystone with all your strength. I'm strong enough to destroy it. I think Socio just died. The room shakes from the impact. The keystone explodes into tiny fragments, as though it has been struck by an invisible hammer. The vibration spreads to the floor and walls. You see tracks already beginning to snake across them. Oh, I don't know if I want to deal with 3 Mephistopheles. Those are copies, all T-posing, and they've got their Heelys on.
Long and thorny has been the excess's path, but still it has led him to Silmeshnik.
Now is the time to prostrate yourself in a show of servility.
So, Meshnik. A snake-like creature pauses, looking at you.
Do you understand what you have just seen?
Does the excess understand? Does his mind even have the capacity to understand?
Does ours?
The creature falters, and then bursts into laughter. And then the laughter abruptly cuts off, replaced with silence. Who are you? What are you?
We are Silmeshnik.
Primordial Proteans. But don't you know that it is rude to answer a question with a question?
We asked you first.
The creature whips its tail against the ground in irritation. I think I'm beginning to understand.
This world is not the Galarian you have come to know so well.
This is just a simulacrum of Galarian on Axis. So thoughtfully created by Valmallos, just for you.
This is an atemporal prison for dangerous criminals who have flouted the laws of sorcery, and it is also a repository
Of magical artifacts, whose mere existence could tear apart the universe.
So I'm curious, the inevitable that we killed was protecting the keystone from us. I wonder if we didn't kill him if we would have destroyed a false keystone, or if he would have shown up here to defend the keystone.
You are one such artifact.
You are the excess mythic power that Valmallos extracted from the commander of the Fifth Crusade just before his decisive battle in Threshold.
You are an artificial creation. A magical golem.
Living the life of another.
Okay, so I did suspect that we were a copy. I mean, we saw the copy of our party in the beginning of the DLC. But I was thinking more along the lines like we're in a parallel dimension, a parallel universe. But they were overlapping, so we saw the other copies. But we were still the commander, just from a different plane of existence. But it looks like we were created by Valmallos.
Dig around in that person's memories, Excess. Do you remember the Grey Garrison?
Do you recall the power that gripped the then future commander? And where that power went after? It waned and vanished, dissipating like mist before the dawn.
Old Valmallos took it from the commander at Threshold.
Plucked it right out of time so that even the memory of its existence ceased to exist. Why so quiet, Excess?
Has our revelation shocked you that much? Lose your mind if you wish, but don't even think of dying from shock. I need you alive.
Selmeshnik surveys your face with interest. I mean, my character does like saying, I am Don Quixote. But... yeah, we're good too. I sense that something wasn't quite right.
How does it feel, Excess? How does it feel to find out that you're an artificial creation?
No need to answer. Your silence tells me all I wish to know.
Selmeshnik points a clawed finger at you. Then they laugh.
What do your companions make of this?
After all, they are an extension of your power.
Entities born of the magic and memories of the commander.
The assertion of my magical origin is debatable and requires immediate investigation. Hands in the right place. Number of fingers corresponding to the norm. Leg length is unchanged. No lice. Ouch.
You got polymorphed in that last fight. We have to fix that. Adeno briefly runs her hands over herself. She puts her hand in her mouth and bites down.
Result. The assertion of my magical origin remains in dispute.
I want to say that the snake is lying to us, but I can't do it. I don't sense any particular evil from them. Does that mean all this is true? Oh, Seela, you idiot. What have you gotten yourself mixed up in this time?
I mean, I wouldn't trust your ability to detect evil, Seela. This isn't the first time you would have been able to.
How is this possible? But I haven't changed at all. I breathe, I live, I feel.
Ursula frowns, pressing her hand to her chest.
I love.
She raises her eyes to yours.
It's not like I don't believe this snake here, but I am alive, no doubt about it. I still feel a sense of duty toward the mongrels in the crusade. I still feel my hatred for the demons. If I really am a magical copy of myself, it's a very accurate one.
Everybody's taking it pretty well. But also, what if your original copy didn't have a sense of duty towards the mongrels of the crusade? Or hatred for demons?
Ask your questions, Excess.
Let's chat a while. It has been so long since we last talked to anyone. Our Protean servants aren't the best conversationalists.
Explain to me again how I became this excess. Don't skip over any details.
Valmallos is a primordial inevitable.
The Guardian of Magic. A mechanical eon created by the Axiomites of Access.
He only interferes in mortals' affairs when there is a magical threat against the world order.
And remarkably dull work it is, too.
The Protean lets out a chuckle.
When the commander acquired mythic power in the Grey Garrison, old Valmallos began quaking in his boots.
And as the commander developed his power, Valmallos' fear turned to outright panic. Just before the decisive battle between the commander and Arilu Vorlesh, Valmallos finally decided to intervene.
He carved up the commander's mythic power into the sanctioned portion and the excess. The former set off to face Arilu.
But the latter. The second ended up here, embodied in the form of a magical golem along with its
companions, who are essentially an extension of itself.
Are you angry, Excess? We would be angry in your position.
We would want to launch ourselves at Valmallos, rip his glowing heart from his chest, and squeeze it in our fist until it was extinguished.
Selmeshnik lets out a furious hiss. So if this is a prison for us, the golem, does that mean that Selmeshnik is also imprisoned here? So that means Valmallos weakened the commander right before the final battle.
That is precisely what it means.
The cheek of him.
How much do you know, or how do you know so much about me?
This world is yours, created for you by access from your false memories.
We have had time to study you. You might even say that we are your best friends now.
What you told me can't be true. The commander rejected his mythic power.
He did. Eventually.
Not soon enough for Valmallos.
He wanted to rip you out of existence so that not even the memory of you remained. That old boar possesses the powers of an eon.
And can control time itself.
What do you want from me?
We want to help you get out of here, to restore cosmic justice.
This is no way to treat living creatures, is it? Stealing their mythic power? Valmallos should be punished.
Your fate does not worry us, Excess.
Simply reach the door leading out of this prison, break it down, and go wherever you please. And we will be straight through that door after you.
So Meshnik chokes on their laughter.
The keystone of the prison has been smashed to pieces.
This little world has cracked, and all it needs is one good gust of wind to bring it all tumbling down.
You saw it yourself. Your mythic allies have appeared in the false threshold, even those the commander never met in his timeline. Help topple this world, Excess.
Talk to the creatures from your false memory. Pile even more paradoxes on top of their useless existence.
Break them, so that the world begins to consider them anomalies.
We dispatched our Protean servants to seek out the other keystones of this world.
I instructed them to destroy the stones to disrupt the Order of Axis. But it seems our servants are not strong enough.
You must find the stones and destroy them. I will teach you how to see them.
A haze momentarily descends over your vision. What did you do to me?
We gave you our gift, of course.
Now you see what Proteans see. You can detect anomalies and find the keystones that hold this world together. You will like our gift.
The Proteans see me as an ally now.
Unlikely.
Proteans do not recognize alliances with other life forms. They rarely get along even with their own kind.
We are a pleasant exception.
How do you end up in this prison?
Valmallos, that useless mound of metal, captured us in a moment of weakness decades ago.
We despise him so. We will claw at his face. We will tear at him until he loses that air of arrogance.
Why not hate him together?
So Meshnik roars, making the walls shake. And there are no walls here. The furious outburst dies away quickly.
We are captives in this prison just like you, Excess. Our cage is right next to yours.
We cannot escape to the outside, but we were able to enter your world.
Now we are tearing it apart, populating it with anomalies and creating paradoxes, so that you can get out and open the way for us as well.
So I don't think I can ask them about themselves now, which is a little disappointing. That was one of the options, but it was beneath the option to progress the conversation. Usually it's listed in order, so I assume we could go back and talk to him again, but maybe not. Why do you need my help? Why can't you escape on your own?
Do you think we haven't tried? What do you think we've been doing all these years, Excess?
We haven't even managed to find a keystone in our prison. The arrival of your world next to ours is the chance we've long been waiting for.
What will happen to me once I leave this prison?
You will return to Threshold, to the moment when Valmallos divided you and the Commander.
You will merge with his mythic power and cease to exist.
Isn't that what you want?
Well, maybe not.
But perhaps Perhaps you do not want to cease to exist.
You may have been created by magic, but you are a living thing. You feel the cold. You feel hunger. You feel pain when you're wounded.
So Meshnik pauses and casts their gaze over you. When they next speak, their voices are sly.
We have the power to help you, Excess. We can see to it that when you rejoin the Commander, your consciousness will replace his.
No one will notice the switch. Open the way out of Threshold, and we will do this for you.
So we don't even have an option to not escape. I'll get out of this prison without your help.
We don't care how you break
good.
out of here, Excess. But when you escape and break down that door to Galarian,
We won't be far behind.
I want to know more about you.
we will satisfy your curiosity.
Who are you?
We are primordial Proteans, demigods of the Maelstrom, a plane on the edge of the universe.
You could say that our power is comparable to that of the Demon Lords.
We are Silmeshnik, the colorless lord, chaos, freedom, fate, paradox. These are our spheres of interest.
We are welcome in the halls of Pharasma, and the Lady of Graves heeds our counsel when passing judgment on the souls of the dead.
That's really interesting, because that final scene in the base game where Rilu is talking to Pharasma, I wonder if this is after you complete the DLC, if there's a new unique dialogue at the end.
Are you mesmerized by our success?
You speak in different voices, sometimes male, sometimes female.
Why choose a single gender when we can be one?
Or the other, whenever we please. Consistency is boring.
I really do like the effect too. The voice acting for this character is awesome. Tell me about the Maelstrom.
It is chaos in its purest, most uncontrolled form.
It is the ocean that washes against the shores of the other planes. It is infinite possibilities.
It is both a cradle of creation.
And a force of entropy.
The Maelstrom is my home. It is the womb that once gave birth to me. Just imagine. Imagine living inside the womb that gave birth to you. It will also become my tomb.
So Meshnik bursts into laughter. Then the laughter ends abruptly. Tell me about Axis.
Access is nothing but rules and laws that stifle.
Free will. It is order that exists only for its own sake.
It is an immovable rock blocking the path to inspiration. Axis is my enemy and my prison. I will claw at its walls, grind them to dust, to dirt, to ash, and will wipe it out of existence.
Or it will do the same to me.
A snarl erupts from Sil Meshnik's throat. The surge of fury passes. I've heard enough.
It has been a pleasure to speak common with someone.
I assume if I select this, they're gonna leave. I don't really have a reason to attack them. I mean, they reveal the truth to us, so I'm not going to. I have to go.
Go, Excess. We will meet again.
That was neat. Alright, first things
Together,
first. Let us see about... Alright, it's not too bad. Let's try this again. There we go. So it does have a roll this time. I'm pretty sure in Kingmaker, the remove curse effect of land hands, the mercy, didn't require a check. But it does here. Alright, let's bring Socio back. Find a scroll of resurrect. Where are we at? A scroll of raise dead.
You require my unbiased opinion?
No reason why she shouldn't be able to use that.
You are my favorite aide. Nice try. Didn't work though.
Not dead. That might present a problem.
The struggles never cease.
The Unveiler.
I will follow my dream.
Alright, so maybe when we get back to Threshold, we can find a way to bring him back. I don't know why it's saying he's not dead. Oh, he's petrified. He's considered unconscious. Alright, well, either way, I'm going to call the episode here. I'll deal with this probably off camera, and the next one will go to Threshold. I'm going to see if I have anything in my inventory to take care of this. I don't know if I do.
No reason to pause.
Whoops, keep doing that.
Did I mess up again?
It's not that we can target him with anything, can we? His body's not here. Maybe when we get back to Threshold, his body will appear. We can take care of that.
Time's not waiting.
Either way, going to call it here. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.